G'day, hi, and welcome. Well, everybody knows about the Bilderberg group by now, and if you don't, well, just research them. And what these people are is basically central planners, NGOs, uh, politicians, central bankers, people of a great influence. You got your Bill Gateses, and even some actors in some place. Just anybody and everybody that's of some sort of influential, mainly in the running economies and stuff, but influential and stuff like that. So you can get anybody and everybody there. So that's what Bilderberg is. And what these people do is they meet once a year and they decide basically the fate of the world. They say, oh, no, we just get together. So you get extremely powerful people together. And, oh, no, we're just getting together to, storm ideas and stuff. No, these people are planning out the world. And now, apparently, there's trouble in the Club Bilderberg house right now. That the European Bilderbergers are not getting along with the American Bilderbergers because they screwed up. And what did they screw up? Well, they basically screwed up the Ukraine. And what they're realizing is it didn't go. They're basically admitting that they did regime change in Ukraine. I mean, these people are completely soulless. They're not communists. They're actual Marxists. These people. This is Minister Jason Kennedy from here in Canada, and so it's random every year who they pick, but it's like Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. Well, first rule of Bilderberg is you don't talk about Bilderberg. Now, this year they did get some people out in front of the cameras. I think a lot of that was posturing. Oh yeah, nothing's going on there. It's so casual and everything. But meanwhile, I was catching an interview with Greg Hunter, and this guy's been covering Bilderberg for an awful long time, and he says that right now, the Bilderbergers are kind of up, like they're at a disagreements because they, you can push around, small countries like the Sudan and stuff like that. You can do regime change places like that. And, Syria, they tried, which they failed. Assad's reelected. But one thing they can't do is push around Russia. And Russia, and this is why, they're basically turning on Obama, which is, these people would eat their own, you know what I mean? But basically what they're saying is that, Obama's out there going, we're going to do more sanctions against Ukraine because we got to, they got to keep with their narrative, right? But the Europeans are saying, no, we can't. And this goes back to something I was saying before. What Russia is waiting for, Russia has been planning to fight to the death for a long time. So has China, because they know that they're on the hit list. They're not going to move an inch. If it gets, Russia is the only, Putin and the Russian side of things is the only one trying to steer us away from war. I'm not saying Putin's a good guy. He is not a good guy at all. They're all bad guys. There's no good guys here. But however, the thing is one thing Putin is also saying is that push comes to shove, you're not going to like to push back. Meaning, yes, it will go to a thermonuclear war. We're not going to draw this out for, a 27-year war like they're planning in Iraq. It's going to be, we're going to be hitting big red buttons and, God have mercy on us all. So the Bilderbergers are like, well, if we do sanctions, everything's a boomerang sanction against Russia. And it'll all come back on them. So right now, this is a good sign and a bad sign. It's a good sign because it means the Bilderberg group is becoming, they're having a hard time, meaning their plans are not working. Communism always fails. One world government will fail. Globalism will fail. The second thing that they're really, really worried about is the rise of nationalism. So that must mean nationalism is the best thing, because that's sovereignty for countries. They don't like sovereignty, right? Because they can't control it. And push come to shove, again, Putin's basically, hey, you know what? You could fly your NATO jets into my airspace. See what happens. So he's not going to start anything, but he won't back down. That's a problem for the Bilderbergers. Kind of good and scary at the same time. Anyway, rate, subscribe, share, comment.